saying that you're so dense that light bends around you.
Keep me in the brown. No, let me see. Let me see. Oh, I love it. I love it.
We've upped our political standards, and we say to them, up yours.
Hi, it's Paul Bellini, and I'm here with Mary Walsh, who's bringing her show Dancing with Rage to the Panasonic Theatre, starting tomorrow night?
Tonight.
Tonight
is the preview night, and tomorrow night is opening night. I just remember that you're the person who introduced me to the whole idea of watching Lobby Cam, which I've never done, but it just was such a bizarre notion at the time. This was like 100 years ago, but you were completely glued to Lobby Cam.
Oh,
You were the precursor of all that kind of, it's like watching the Kardashians. It's the same thing, really, as Lobby Cam, the Real Housewives of Vancouver. But you started it all with Lobby Cam. Mayor Ford, it's me, Mark Delahunty.
You became a hero in Toronto when you ambushed Ford.
Right. Except with the 47% of the people who think the sun, the moon, and the chevron sign shines right out of Mayor Ford's back passage.
Okay. I don't know who those 47 are. I never meet them. I don't think they're downtown.
I don't know where they are either.
And was there any, like, obviously, you haven't never contacted them since or anything?
No. I mean, that was so bizarre, really, because, even later on that night, there was another 911 call from that residence. Like, they are on 911. They have 911 on speed dial. They are in distress over there, and they're constantly calling for help. And so it was a very bizarre, like, who knew? It was just going to be one of those, you couldn't get to see him at the office because, he's very, very anti-press and, that sort of thing. And so we thought we'd do that, just get him. And then he said that it was in the dark and that we frightened his daughter. And of course it was 9:15 in the morning and there was no daughter. And so like that whole thing that people do nowadays of just lying right off the bat, it's like the whole world has become alcoholics or something. I'll just lie about this. I'll just lie until I have to go, oh no, that isn't actually the truth. No, I never yelled at those people at the Leafs game. I wasn't even at the Leafs game. Well, yes, I was at the Leafs game. But I didn't yell. Yeah, but I didn't yell it. Well, yeah, I did yell. Yeah, I did say that. Yeah. Mayor Ford, it's me, Mark Delahunty.
I remember, which one's your favorite? Because I remember you told me when you did Sarah Ferguson, you actually wanted to hear her answers to your questions.
The Sarah Ferguson thing really unmanned me because I didn't get anywhere with it, and she was going away from me, and I was desperate, and I said, my mother gave me away too, and I realized that I would probably do anything to get a laugh. You know what I mean? And I hadn't known that about myself before, that I would use my own abandonment, her abandonment, that I would sell us all out in order to get a laugh. Go ahead, embrace me, practice on me.
You were going to come last year, and then you got sick. What happened?
I just got pneumonia and ended up in the hospital. Oh, nothing much. Then I got pneumonia, ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks. As we were going into the third week, I thought, oh shit, this is really bad. Because they don't even keep you in, if you have open heart surgery, you're out in a day. They put you in the Barca lounger and you're on your way. But anyway, I finally managed to blow that pop stand. And then I was sort of starting to get better by June, so I came up here to visit my son. Then I stepped off the streetcar at Queen and John, and a rogue cyclist took me out and broke 3 of my ribs. And so then I was laid up for another 2 months, and then I got pneumonia again because, of course, you can't use your ribs. I mean, you have to use your ribs when you're breathing, and when you can't. So anyway, it was a long and sorry saga, but it's over now.
You're such a trooper. I mean, I don't know anyone who's had more health problems than you, not even Elizabeth Taylor.
Seriously? And I always think I'm healthy as a horse, and then other people are always going, you better lie down. I'm going, no, things are fine. And then next thing you know, I'm under anesthetic.
So does all that go into the show?
I guess to a certain extent, as much as anybody be interested in any of that old garbage. But it's there's 2 stories in the show. One is the story about the little girl who grew up next door to her family, which is a kind of fairy tale. It goes, once upon a time there was a little girl who grew up next door to her family. This is the story she always told herself. And then there's the story of Marg Delahunty, who's my Princess Warrior person. And when Marg was 16, she went to Expo 67 with Our Lady of Mercy Choir, and she got knocked up right away. And she didn't, she slept with a lot of people because it was the summer of love. And so when she got home, her mother, when she had the baby, the mother took the baby and gave it up for adoption. All these years, Marg has felt this enormous loss, this sense of loss. And now, at the beginning of the play, she's been diagnosed with macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of blindness in North America. And so she's going on this quest to find this unknown child. And so instead of, like, it's a regular quest story, instead of fire-breathing dragons and stuff, there's like the banks and Air Canada and stuff like that. They all get in Marg's way. Premier Dunderdale, it's me, Marg Delahunty. Oh, my God. Oh, my darling. It's so good to see a woman as the Premier, because so many women, of course, don't want to get involved with politics at all. It's so hard to keep the makeup on the two faces, I suppose.
Mary Walsh, one of my heroes, one of the best comedians I ever worked with, maybe the best. And her show,
He says that all the time.
Dancing with Rage at the Panasonic Theater, starting tonight. So go and see it.
Thank you very much, Paul.